the companies we work with, a lot of people, they're kind of in that idea stage. They're just getting going. Is there such thing as too early when it comes to like looking for legal guidance?
It could be. Of course, as you know, early on, you got to have the money to spend. But what I can do is I say, like, I have a flat fee. I says, I'll create your LLC for $1,200. You think, that's a lot of money for an LLC. I says, well, you're getting more than just an LLC. You're getting an LLC, and then I build them a compliance program. So my binder I give them, it's got the formation documents, but what it does, it has a compliance checklist. And it goes over all the things that they're going to need to have that company, including having meetings, minutes, things like that. The other thing they have is they're buying a lawyer. Because one thing I do is all of a sudden I'm a phone call away. And I'm not the type of attorney that every time you call me, I'm ticking down the time and trying to charge you. Is I want to gain their confidence and their trust that I'm their legal advisor, and they like that.
It's a relationship.
It is a relationship, and I've always been that way. Later, you can talk about billing, but I would rather not charge a client than to have a client think that I took them for too much money. That's just horrible to me to even think about, and I'd rather not charge them than to have that. I don't want a customer or a client that goes away thinking that, Phil took me for, no. That's why the one thing I'd always advise new people is say, if you want to use your local attorney, get a good idea of what it's going to cost you. Because don't be afraid to say, how much is this going to cost me? And stuff like that. Understand the billing mechanism. I always, when I was at Mitchell Williams, I just never wanted a client to come to me and say, I'm upset about your bill. Now, I was upset with many a bill because I had, in-house, I always had to look at the outside counsel's bills, and my blood pressure would go up every time.